I know it's August 2nd, it's still summertime. Why is Halloween popping up everywhere? Join us today on the XP Project. All right, so just a little bit of housekeeping here. So September 8th is when the Frightmares officially starts, and Lagoon is officially in weekends at that point. They're not open through the whole week. So that's the one different thing about this amusement park than most other amusement parks is, but it closes for the weekdays long before Frightmares starts. But at that point, it will only be weekends. And so I think that's kind of why it's a little bit busier. It's just because people are only coming on the weekends. But it's September 8th. That's when it starts. So when you want to see it in full swing, but I would suspect just like at Disneyland right now, as of August 2nd, they've already got Halloween stuff up there right now. So I would expect us to just start seeing it slowly over the next few weeks. But September 8th is when it officially starts. And I don't know if I've told you guys, but actually a couple weeks after that, I will be in Disneyland, and it's my first time being there. Me and my wife are gonna be there, and it's our first time being there. Well, not her first time, but my first time being there for the Halloween festivities. I've been to Disneyland probably, man, I tried to get count one time. I think I've been like 85 times to Disney, but I've never been during the Halloween time. And so I decided to book a trip out there, and we'll do a bunch of coverage while we're out there. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Like, do you think it's too early that they're doing Halloween, or do you like it? But like I said, September 8th is when it starts here. And so that'll be kind of fun to just see it kind of start popping up, you know, periodically from now until September 8th. And then, you know, from then everything will just be kind of Halloween themed until they close for the holiday. And then they close at the end of October. And then you've got, you know, snow here basically until about March when they open back up. And their opening dates aren't always the same. It just depends on if the snow subsided or not. This year they had to postpone a couple times, but we'll see. All right, and then down this road, this is like where the main funhouse or the funhouse and Nightmare Midway are. These are kind of the two main haunted houses. They've already got those setting up right now. I can actually smell some of the fog coming out of those right now. So they might be in there like practicing or doing their thing right now. But that one's like the main one. And it's so great because like right here, you've got Bat, which is kind of like Halloween themed. And then you've got this across, and they've always got like clowns walking around in front of it and stuff. So it just makes it really fun. All right, so this one is the Malevolent Mansion. And this one is located directly across from the Bat. This one's really good. This one's kind of like a medium size, I guess you could say, haunted house, but I always love the ambiance around this one because they've always got a couple people like almost like Addams Family looking standing outside of that one. Each one kind of has its own little theme, but that one's kind of like a little like almost like Addams Family feeling, and they got a couple people standing up front and a ton of fog machines going. So that looked kind of bland right there, but it actually looks really cool when the Frightmare season gets started. All right, and then if you look straight ahead, you're going to see Bambora. This little area off to the left side, that is actually usually a haunted house. I'm kind of thinking it might not be this year because they don't even have that one set up yet, but I mean, they might just be doing them kind of like one or two at a time right now. But that one usually is a haunted house. That one doesn't really have a theme. I mean, I couldn't really pinpoint a theme on it. It was kind of just haunted house, general haunted house. But the other three kind of have scrim up and everything around them, which tells me that they're getting them ready, but that one doesn't yet. But they might have just had reservations at that eating area for the last couple weeks, so that might be why. So I'll keep an eye on that when I'm out here, but we might only have the three this year, the three main ones this year, but I'll let you know if that fourth one pops up. All right, so this haunted house is right back by Rattlesnake Rapids. So if you're coming out of Rattlesnake Rapids, it's gonna be on your left side. If you're coming in, it's gonna be on the right side. So this haunted house is basically like an Old West style haunted house. So this one's supposed to be the scariest one of all the Frightmare attractions, and it's like Old West style zombie cowboy basically. You know, it's themed to the land just perfectly to Pioneer Village. So that's at the very back of the park though. A lot of people don't even know that one exists. So you want to get back there and get that one. That one does have one of the longer lines because it just tends to be the most popular because of how scary it is, they say, because it's the scariest one. So the line can come all the way back here to like the main street of Pioneer Village. So if you do want to go on that, just make sure that you probably hit that like early in the night, because if you wait till like close, you might not even get into it. So another thing I wanted to say, man, Lagoon does things a little bit different than a lot of parks that I've been to, but so most of the water rides that are here will actually be open during Frightmares time. You can actually go on Rattlesnake Rapids like at the end of October, and it's like freezing cold here, but it's actually really fun. They don't always have all the waterfalls going, but it's just really fun. Like when you're coming through that little, it's like a miner's tunnel, they've got like fog, the fog smoke pumping into it, and it just makes it really fun because it's like spooky, you know, and it's just really fun. So most of their water rides actually are open, but I'm telling you right now, if you get cold during like the middle to end of October, you're going to be freezing here. I mean, I wasn't even cold last year, or wet last year, and me and my son went on the white like the last week they were open, and it was freezing. And sometimes you'll even see a little bit of snow. It just depends on the year. All right, so this water fountain actually is my favorite attraction during the Frightmare season. So they put like a stage over that water fountain because it's obviously not going because it's freezing cold. And then they have these people that like, they look like people out of an insane asylum or something, like leather face type, long hair stuff, and they have chainsaws, and they go up there and they dance to like popular music, and there's always like one DJ guy that like has like a funny mask face on and stuff, and they put on that show a couple times a night, and it's just so great because it's kind of, you know, you got like a jacket on, it's like cool weather, but it's just a really cool implementation of that water fountain, because normally that water fountain would just be turned off during Frightmare season and it just kind of looked bland. So they actually turned it into something. It's a great show. You got to check it out. All right, so this building is actually the only building that stays through the whole season from Frightmares. So it's called the Seance Room, and it's a paid attraction. The other haunted houses are not paid that I know of, unless they've changed that. This one is a paid attraction, and you pay and you go in, and it's like a convene with spirits type haunted experience. So that's what I'm going to check out this year. Probably can't take a camera in there, I'm almost positive, because it's like a show. But this is a really cool thing because it kind of is just like a whole nother experience that Lagoon really hasn't had before that. But that's one you got to check out during Frightmares. But the building stays here the whole year, even though the seance only goes during the Frightmare season. So I also wanted to say, drop a comment down below if there's anything that you're dressing up for as Halloween this year. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to dress up as a chubby, bald guy with glasses. That's kind of my idea right now. I got a couple other ideas floating around, but put in the comments what you're going to be. I like to hear the creative Halloween ideas. All right, so we're heading into the beer garden right now. I'm going to do a big showcase on the beer garden during the off season, but it's open all times of the year, so we don't have to worry about doing that right now. I'll do that during the off season. But this is just a nice little town. I love the beer gardens, the ambiance in here. It almost feels kind of like Fantasyland at Disney or something like that. But they've got this really cool fountain I wanted to show you guys. And I think if I remember right, I think they themed this Halloween theme last year and the year before. So I'm expecting probably some cool stuff in here for Halloween and for Christmas. You know what, I actually completely forgot this. So they actually do fast passes for the haunted houses, and they also have spider rankings on these for how scary they are. I just had forgot to mention that earlier, but you can get a fast pass if you don't want to stand in lines, because the lines can get pretty brutal actually during those busy Frightmares nights. You know, so one thing I got thinking about today is Lagoon's very well suited for Halloween time. And really just because like they've got the two dark rides, there are two big dark rides, which is Dracula's Castle and Terror Ride, are pretty much spooky Halloween theme. You know, they've got like the bat that's Halloween themed. I mean, Cannibal, I'm looking at it right now, is like kind of that like, you know, deathly spooky look to it and everything like that. And when they start pumping in the fog and everything everywhere and kind of have like the scary people walking around, this park is very well suited for Halloween. And it just makes it really fun because it's almost like there's a little bit of taste of Halloween throughout the whole year here. And I mean, Halloween's bigger than Christmas for a lot of people nowadays. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for our Frightmares preview. Thanks for joining us on the XP Project.